Wrong camera. Wrong camera. Good evening, greetings from Central France. I forgot where I was for a minute. It has been one of those days. Yep, welcome to World Schooling Wednesday. Welcome to Level Up Live with me, Colin Clapp. I hope you are well. Wherever you are in the world, please say hi. Remember, this is a free-for-all show, and yeah, definitely want to know where in the world you are and what's happening for you in lockdown life. So leave a comment. So yeah, today I decided to mix it up. We are going to go to World Schooling Wednesday, and I actually developed these themes some while ago, probably back in 2019 while we were in Vietnam, and I was doing a few videos then and getting into a bit of a rhythm, but got knocked out my rhythm and was unable to get back to it. And I guess these Level Up Lives, getting the software going, making that all work, been really pleased with my progress in the last 13 days. So our streak is at 13, excuse me. I'm going to eat my chocolate egg. Level Up Live is about us, me, you, the world, putting this time to good use, leveling up, not using time as an excuse, just getting stuck in learning something new. And for me, using this software, doing these live broadcasts is my new thing. So even this thing right now where I'm staring at a camera, and it's quite weird because, you know, we're so used to doing selfies and seeing the picture on the screen, and looking down the lens of a camera with no sort of feedback, but having the screen off to the side is quite unsettling. And if you've been following along and watching the show, you'll know that the setup of the camera is something that I've just brought in over the last couple of weeks. It was something that I wanted to do from the beginning. There was a few tech reasons got in the way. There were a few other, we've had guests on the show, so I haven't always been able to play with the camera. And I'm trying to do these experiments live, excuse me. I'm trying to do these experiments live because this is me leveling up, showing you how I am using the equipment I've got available and seeing if I can make the show better. So you probably notice I'm bouncing back between the screens, and so I've worked out that I can, if I go command, I think it's command 4. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, actually it is, but I'm on screen share mode. And so command 4 has taken me to the camera where I am right. Excuse me a second, I just have to pause. So what you actually heard there was my own feedback. So with live broadcasts, so I'm now talking to you from the computer camera, and if I get really good at this, I should be looking at the camera. So if any of you got a MacBook Pro, you'll know there's a little green light above the screen, and maybe if I just pull this screen down a little bit and it bounces back up to there, maybe I'll just do that. See if I can engage a little bit better with the camera. Okay, let me know how that is. I'm not quite centered as well, so that could be something to do. And if I go command 3, I'm back over here with the camera. And this is really easy for me to be centered because I'm just looking straight down the lens, but it's just the distraction of the computer over to the right. But of course the computer is kind of my studio. So how I can put the Skype link up and do other things is all controlled through the keyboard and the mouse. Now, as I get better and better at this, there is some equipment I can get. There's a small deck called I think it's called a stream deck, and I've seen a few other people use it. I've had it recommended. I'm not too sure how much they are, and so I have no idea how much they are, but they've got buttons on, and you link the software to the device and the buttons, and then instead of having to go off to the computer, you can just be touching the button. So right now, so I say, if you just come on the show, I'd love to know where in the world you are. So this is called a scene, and I just leave that up. It's just a very simple scene with a graphic, and yeah, the sound's turned off. So the sound's not turned off, otherwise you wouldn't hear me talk. But the sound effects are muted. Any movies would be muted. But this is just a very simple, very simple graphic. And then go back to the main, go back to the MacBook Pro. So this is called a scene. And I can do things like, so first of all, who am I? I'm Colin Clapp from Parenting Passports and Profits. You can find out more about me, my lovely wife, and my 2 girls over there. We are a world schooling family, hence the hashtag. We're a world schooling family. We've been location independent. We're from New Zealand. We've been location independent for 3 years, traveling for 3 years, into our 4th year, primarily in Southeast Asia. In fact, it was all in Southeast Asia until 2 months ago. And our final country was the Philippines. We're slow travelers, so we don't go to a lot of countries. We just camp out for as long as visas allow. Settle into local life and just enjoy being in a new environment and a new culture. And we've rented apartments in Malaysia. We've rented a house in Vietnam. Where else did we? And we house sat for 6 months in Bali in Indonesia. And in between, it's a combination of house sitting, Airbnb, staying in affordable hotels, a few sponsored gigs, and yeah, just throwing ourselves into life. So we have 2 girls. When we started, we had 1, and she was 3.5 when we started, or maybe just turned 3. And she's now 6. And at the beginning of January, we had baby number 2. So we popped back to New Zealand. I say popped back. We went back for 4 months, and we decided that we were going to continue with this life with the baby. And as long as the baby was healthy, we would carry on. And we used that 4 months to declutter. Actually, if you go over to our YouTube channel, I don't have a link to that, but if you go to, is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, here we go. If you go over there, that'll take you to the channel and link you straight to our live videos. So if you went there now, you'd be seeing this video. But if you went there, you'd at least be on our channel, and you can, there's a playlist there about how we decluttered. So if you want to see that, head on over there. Which reminds me, if you're new to the channel, please take a moment to give us a like, big thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell. So a quick Level Up Live is just here. It's kind of like it's an open party, which reminds me. Let's get rid of it. You don't need all of that right now. So yeah, it's a party. It's a party. So we need party poppers, and we need DJ. That's a DJ air horn. So I have 6 sound effects in this software, and I'm going to try and do something about that. But yeah, so if you've got any good sound effects, send them my way. So yeah, Level Up Live is about just coming, putting this. If you've listened to, I've decided I'm not going to tell the background anymore because it's too time consuming. So I have tried to cover it in all of the previous 12 episodes, so that there's like a foundation layer. If anyone comes to this show, there's a foundation layer about what it's all about. But what I like to do now is I feel like I've leveled up in terms of how I can use this. So let me go, I'm going to just whiz back to, excuse me. I feel like I've made really good progress with leveling up with the software, and now I want to get better at it. And that's when I want to get better at delivering the content, so it's more interesting and engaging for you guys. Still all the things, if you watch any of the previous 12 episodes, it's very loose and fast. There's some guests on some, but I do try and cover how this came about. And fundamentally, it is about just putting this time to good use to continually work on yourself. So I'm working on myself to make myself more valuable to you as a viewer, as a fellow world schooler, as an aspiring location independent traveler or online entrepreneur. So Ellie is a freelance writer, much more skilled in SEO than she was 3 years ago. I do technical SEO now, and we can help with things like email automation and marketing. If you check out our websites, so you can find out more about our done for you online marketing services here. And if you want to learn more about Ellie and Holistic Health Highway, head on over to elliemcguinness.com. Okay, so it's come to the time where there's no reason why I can't be. I feel like I've got a handle on the software. I can screen share, which reminds me, if you wanted to have a website review, that's something else we can do. We've got it all set up nicely. We can do a website review. So here I've got our own Parenting Passports on Profit website. Let's see if I can just move myself in the middle there. And yeah, if you're interested or you want a bit of a debrief on your own website, we can use this this layout and take a walk through your website. I've just sort of so what should happen now is I'll just go over to here. So this is what you're looking at, and if you, what I've got sort of a mini screen in front of me now, and if I scroll down, you can get a look at the site, and you should all be seeing that. I'm seeing that in a little mini screen. We'll put the timer on, but we'll do some dissecting of a website. Why have we got a button up here and a button here? Why have we got this hero section? Why have we got this section, etc., etc.? This hasn't just been thrown together. So we can dissect this one, or we can take a look at yours, which I'm sure will be far more interesting for you. Yeah, just let us have your URL, and we'll dive deep in that. And if you've really got time, we can flick behind the scenes and see if we can do a bit of technical SEO, see what the search engine or robots are finding about your site, and see if we can give you some insights as to